Let's be honest here. The AI content you're currently publishing sounds so robotic, it may as well have been written by a machine in the 90s. Your reader knows it, deep down you know it, and guess what? It's only a matter of time before Google catches on and slaps you with a penalty. Since ChatGPT dropped in 2022, I've been obsessed with cracking the code when it comes to creating really helpful content. I've been testing, tweaking, refining many prompts, and I've scrapped 99% of them until I managed to find this one prompt. It not only produces content that is consistently ranking on Google, but it helps real people who have real problems. At first, I flat out refused to use AI content for any of my sites or my client sites because the content just wasn't good enough. AI wasn't there. Sure, people were temporarily ranking for AI content. I was seeing them literally over my shoulder ranking with AI content, but eventually that came to an end. We've all seen the story when Google rolls out another update, and I wasn't about to gamble with my traffic or my client's traffic. But now I'm confidently publishing AI content, and I'm proud of it because it's genuinely helpful to people. It's contributing to the internet, not the downfall of the internet with crappy, spammy AI content. So here's a blog post I created for a client very recently, and immediately when it was indexed, it just shot up straight to the first page. And this is a fairly competitive keyword, and on top of that, this domain is pathetic. It has a domain rating of 2, and in 28 days, it's already got over 6,000 impressions and 74 clicks. And the best thing is, this isn't a fluke, this isn't a one-off, this is something I'm doing consistently for myself and clients. In this video, I'm going to reveal the gold. I'm going to show you how to create genuinely valuable content that's produced by AI, and that content is going to rank, and it's basically risk-free. And keep in mind, I'm someone who's very risk averse when it comes to AI content. That's why I haven't been publishing it for years, but now I am, because I feel so confident and it's happening. It's ranking consistently, as you can see here. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name's Zukais, and I've been doing SEO for over 8 years now. I've worked in multiple award-winning marketing agencies, and I've managed the SEO for their clients. These were small local businesses all the way to multi-billion-dollar enterprise-sized businesses. I've been all around the block, so if you're looking for someone who's got a lot of experience in this space, I'd recommend that you subscribe to this channel because there's a lot of great content. So first of all, you need to create a voice profile. This is going to help you inject more personality. It helps AI better understand who you are, your stories, and your particular beliefs. So all you're going to do is literally have your about page, some of your best written blog posts. You can even add in some of your YouTube transcripts, and all you're going to do is copy and paste that content into ChatGPT. So literally all you would do is copy and paste the content right here and ask ChatGPT to please understand it. And I'll be giving you an example as well. So next up, the context. You want to add plenty of context here. You want to tell it who you are, so specify your role. If you're an SEO professional, personal injury lawyer, a social media manager, the tone, controversial, professional, friendly, empathetic, and minimum reading level. I went for a 11-year-old. The goal of the page, you want to specifically define the purpose of the page clearly. What is it trying to achieve? Who is your target audience? The pain points your searcher has, as well as the desires that your searcher has. Have a little list of the desires and the pain points your customer currently has. Next up, have a negative keyword list, and I've gone ahead and done this for you. Over the years, I've accumulated different negative keywords that just should not be in there. It blatantly makes it AI, and you can of course add your own in there. And then we want the formatting. You want to avoid fluff. Keep the paragraphs to a maximum of 3 sentences. Use short, punchy sentences, no longer than 2 lines. Start with a compelling, engaging intro to hook the reader. And yes, even though the way most people read, it's by skimming the post, but not everyone reads like that. So having a nice little intro will go a long way in keeping people on the page. So how do you actually inject more personality in there? Make a list of your brand values, or make a list of what the author is like. So let's just say you're creating a blog post. It makes sense to have a list of what the author is like. But if you're creating a service page, it makes more sense to have a list of what your brand values. So for example, a brand values that you have could be authentic, could be transparent, could be approachable, professional. What the author is like, it could be witty, joke, caring, insightful, helpful, down to earth, honest. So have a list of these. Next up, these are the do's. So prioritize active voice sentences instead of passive. So an active sentence would be something like, the chef cooked a delicious meal. And a passive voice is, a delicious meal was cooked by the chef. The SEO expert improved the website rankings. And a passive version would be, the website rankings were improved by the SEO expert. And it's just like minor things like these basically add more depth to your content. Next up is keep the content specific, simple, and to the point. Create a short and engaging intro to get reader excited and keep them on the page. Write as if speaking to one person. Make it feel direct and personal. Suggest where multimedia should be included. So this is an important one. This is going to help you really understand how to format your page. So for example, images, videos, infographics, and describe what would work best. And the same thing with data. Suggest where data can be included. So statistics, facts, sources, and describe what would work best and give examples. Use idioms, metaphors, and anecdotes. So an idiom is basically a phrase that doesn't mean exactly what the word says. So for example, when someone says bite the bullet, it means to endure a painful or difficult situation. For example, e-commerce owners have to bite the bullet and invest in SEO if they want long-term success. Is what's happening right now is it's mimicking an actual conversation that a human would have. A metaphor is a direct comparison without using like or as. SEO is a marathon, not a sprint. Anecdotes. So again, this is a really great way of replicating an actual human conversation. An anecdote, a short real life story to illustrate a point. For example, when I first started helping e-commerce businesses with SEO, I worked with small skincare brands struggling to get traffic. They had great products, but no one could find them online. By focusing on internal linkings, will help drive more customers. And these three are really important because when I go to the gym, right, every morning I go to the gym and I'm having a conversation, I found out I'm always using an idiom, a metaphor, and an anecdote. Those three are key when having a human conversation. Don't want to miss them. So instead of using words like you are or it is, use the short version like your and it's. Again, we're mimicking a human conversation here. So you have two options here. Write in a first person manner, so use I instead of we, or write in a third person manner, so use we instead of I. So if you're creating a blog post, you might want to go with the I version. If you're using a service page, right, if you're writing a service page, you might want to go with we instead of I. Follow the 5-word rule. So readers should understand the point within the first 5 words. So this is going to help with the bounce rate, keep people on the page. So if you want to rank higher, you should optimize internal links. A better version would be optimize internal links to rank higher. Many businesses struggle with conversions because their product pages are not well optimized. Poor product pages kill conversions. So we're getting rid of a lot of fluff by including this. Inject personality into the content as well, and we covered that recently. So these are things to avoid, so superfluous and flowery words. So AI likes to basically add a load of jargon in there, and this is going to help get rid of that jargon and a lot of that AI speak. Next up is sweeping general statements. We want to avoid that. Padded verbs. So padded verbs are unnecessarily long wordy verb phrases that can be replaced with a more concise verb. So for example, give consideration to, a better one would be consider. Make an adjustment to, adjust. Having a discussion about, discuss. Again, we're getting rid of a lot of that fluff. So doubling of words, we don't want that. So doubling of words happens when unnecessary repetition makes a sentence wordy. So for example, advanced planning, past history, free gift, end result, final conclusion. Again, we're getting rid of a lot of the fluff. Mixed tenses, this is a really important one. So mixed tenses happen when a sentence shifts between different verb tenses incorrectly, making the sentence confusing. So for example, she wrote a blog post and now she edits it. That's a bit confusing when really it should be she wrote a blog post and now she is editing it. Again, we're just making it mimic an actual conversation, a real human conversation. So avoid jargon, avoid cliches, avoid exaggerated claims. So for example, learn to cook better than a pro chef in a week. And I find that AI, especially Claude, does this a lot. It adds exaggerated claims. So don't use emojis. I found out ChatGPT goes emoji happy. So next up, this is basically part 2. It's create a detailed brief. So when you create a brief, you want to think with your brain before you go out and type on your website, ask ChatGPT, think with your brain on what subheadings you want on the page, what will be helpful to the reader. Generally brainstorm that and dump it into a document. Look at competitors. So literally you're just going to Google the keyword you want to rank for and look at what kind of subheadings and content your competitors have, and basically you can add that. And then of course you can ask ChatGPT to create you a brief. Now this one's really important, and that's data. This is going to separate you massively, adding facts and statistics. So let's just say you're creating an article on jojoba oil, facts, and basically you can do some research there. So WebMD, and basically you can find something, and basically you can quote it, right? So we're linking out to an authority source, we're quoting it, we're actually adding facts and statistics, we're adding authority and some EEAT to our page. And you can use this research simplifier tool that I built on my page, where you can ask Google Scholar regarding a topic. So if you do a service about taxis and you type in taxis and you find some facts about it, but you don't want to go through the article, this research simplifier will be a massive help. So for example, you're selling jojoba oil, and I use this example all the time. So let's just say this page, and that looks fine. So research page URL, the page title is jojoba oil, an updated comprehensive review, and then paste it in, hit run app, and what's going to happen is it's going to give you an output. So for example, jojoba oil exhibits a range of biological activities, including anti-inflammatory, analgesic, and antipyretic properties. I probably butchered that. It's been shown to effectively reduce edema and pain, and it quotes the part of the article which talks about it. Boom, anti-inflammatory properties right here. So if you make that claim as anti-inflammatory properties, guess what? You can quote this research paper. Again, we're mimicking an actual human being who's gone out there and done their research and quotes their sources. And I'll show you how to add that. So next up is a bit more about the SEO part. So have a list of keywords and entities to add to the page. So you can use Semantic Sniper to find some really good keywords. So let's just say you're targeting the keyword best graphics card for Fortnite. You would hit start, and basically it's going to collect keywords directly from Google themselves, from the search results, and it's going to give you recommendations or the actual keywords that Google considers semantically related. And what you're going to do is basically pick the ones that are most relevant to your page. So 240 FPS, 120 FPS, performance mode, best GPU, and basically you can add that to a doc. And then you can use a Wikipedia scraper. That's my own tool. These are both my own tools actually. So let's just say you're trying to rank for the keyword wholesale Moroccan argan oil. So what you would do is literally go to Wikipedia, put in Moroccan argan oil, or maybe just argan oil. Okay, argan oil. Copy that and paste that in there. Oh, this one. Paste that in there. And the target keyword is wholesale argan oil. Right, wholesale argan oil. And you're going to hit run. And what this is going to do is going to scrape the entities off of Wikipedia. Because what Google has done is purchase different sites, different databases to add to the Google Knowledge Panel. And if you don't know, Google Knowledge Panel is a bunch of data that Google has stored on different facts and statistics. And what Google does is it still scrapes the web to help add to that Google Knowledge Panel. And Wikipedia is going to be one of those websites that Google consistently uses. Now, Google doesn't tell us what an entity actually is, what kind of entities they use. So I found this research paper, and I believe there's 166 types of entities. So you have an organization, could be an entity, a region could be an entity, a planet could be an entity, a picture could be an entity, a movie, an event. There are all sorts of different types of entities. And what this does is it scrapes Wikipedia of these entities right here. And all you're going to do is make a list of the most relevant ones. Also, on the second tab, it gives you ways to add it. So you find these entities right here, and it'll put it into a sentence for you. So next up is the featured snippet. So if you want to get this right here, this is the featured snippet result. This is going to help. So if the subheading is a question, make the first paragraph straightforward, a straightforward answer. Answer the question in 40 to 52 words as a paragraph, and bold that paragraph From there, you can give a more detailed answer, make the answer look like a fact and not opinion based. So for example, a question is asked, so someone asks, so the subheading is, let's just say for example, what's the best bedroom office desk? Your answer would be as straightforward as this. The best bedroom office desk is the Tribe Signs desk. It's compact but has plenty of workspace, plenty of ways to organize, and holds a lot of weight. All of these things add up to versatility and it lives up to that description. So this is going to help you get the featured snippets, right? Now you can be a bit more sneaky and add this in there. Add minor spelling and grammar mistakes 5 times in the content. So again, this just mimics the human aspect of it, because of course AI is typically going to be perfect when it comes to grammar and spelling. So if you want to just like trip Google up kind of, you can add some minor spelling and grammar mistakes. So let's get to the prompt here. Let's get to the gold. This is what the prompt looks like. It's over 500 words long. And I'm not going to go through every detail, and I'm going to give you the prompt later. No, you don't need to give me your email address. So I'll very quickly and briefly go over this. So I want you to understand this about page / YouTube video transcript / blog post. So you're going to choose whichever one you want to paste, or if you're pasting multiple blog posts and video transcripts, right? Basically, you're going to paste each of those pages in. You're actually going to copy and paste that content, okay? So then you put in your profession, you're creating then your type of page, your tone of voice, then add your tone of voice, the goal of your pages, then add the goal I want you to be, and then you can add your author personality like we went over. So your author personality was witty, joker, caring, insightful. Or you can get rid of this and put, I want you to demonstrate our brand values, and instead add your brand values in there. So the pain points the reader has, list the pain points the reader is having, the desires the reader has. What I've put in there is, into the prompt is, weave the desires and pain points into the content where it makes sense. I especially want you to weave them into the introduction in order to create resonance. So I put the list of negative keywords to add in there. So as long with the things to avoid fluff, all that stuff. And I want you to keep the content simple, specific, use idioms, metaphors, analogies, all that stuff. Then I put the way for the AI to get the snippet. And I want you to avoid these different things right here that we mentioned. And then this is where the prompt ends basically, right? This is where the first part of the prompt is going to end. And at the very end of it, it says, do you understand? I will provide the brief next. And then you're going to add in the brief. And you're going to add in the brief from the way I mentioned. So think with your brain, look at competitors, and then ask ChatGPT. And then boom, you've got your brief. So this one's really, really important. So I want you to reach X word count. Because what AI is going to do, not ChatGPT is going to do, is reach the absolute minimum word count. So you need to be very specific on how many words. And then I mentioned, if you need to go over, that's fine. Please start writing based on the above requirements. Then put in the brief. Try to include these keywords and phrases. So basically, then you're going to add the entities and keywords that you found. And this is an example I got right here. So for example, we're going for the keyword, is it worth booking a taxi transfer? So I put, you're a taxi driver with their own taxi airport service. You're creating an article. Your tone is, then I put the tone in there. Your reading level is 11-year-old. The goal of this page is to educate the reader on if it's worth booking an airport transfer and what they need to know. I want you to be funny, witty, honest, knowledgeable, professional. The pain points the reader has, they're unsure, concerned about costs, scams, and don't have the knowledge to make an informed decision yet. The desires the reader has, they want the answer to be clear, fast and easy to understand. If they do decide to book an airport transfer, they want it to be quick, cost effective, and as painless as possible. And of course, you don't need to add anything to that. Then I put, do you understand? I'll provide a brief next. Here's the brief, and I created a brief right here. So this is part 2. So I'm going to reach 1500 word count. So I'm going to paste that into ChatGPT. So got it. I'll keep it clear, punchy, and engaging with a direct, honest approach. Hit me with the brief. Cool. Let's hit him with the brief. Okay, paste in the brief there, and boom, it's going to start writing. So the intro, that's good. Airports are stressful. You spent hours in the air, possibly running a little on sleep, and now you're faced with the final hurdle. So already they've mentioned the pain point right at the beginning. Airports are stressful. That's a great sentence. You're probably wondering if it's worth it. Is it too expensive? Could you get scammed? Again, it's mentioning the pain points that we mentioned in the brief. This is great. So types of airport transfers, fantastic. That's going directly from the brief. It's giving short, concise answers, so best for, shared shuttles or best for, ride shares or best for. So it's even giving us a table here, fantastic. Tips for choosing the right airport transfer. So suggested multimedia, infographics, video, image. So comparison table to transport options, video, a quick walkthrough on the airport transfer process. Image, a tired traveler in a taxi queue versus relaxed traveler in a pre-booked transfer. Good image. Suggested data, average taxi fare versus pre-booked transfer cost in major cities. That's a fantastic one. Percentage of travelers who experience taxi scams at airports. That's a fantastic one. So that's a really, really good article and has gone straight with the brief. Fantastic. And let's just type this one: percentage of travelers who experience taxi scams at airports. And based on this, you'll have to do a tiny bit more research just to find some stats and statistics to copy and paste in the content. Now, I'd be more than happy to paste this on my own websites, on my own client sites. This is a fantastic article. It's done a really, really good job here. If you want the AI content prompt, don't worry, it's not behind any paywall or even an email. All you need to do is Google Zukais AI prompt, and I'll just paste that into the comment section or the description, and then you can just click on this and boom, you'll find the prompt right here. And if you're someone who's serious about growing their business and scaling it through SEO, I'd recommend checking out this page right here. So scale your business with SEO. I'd recommend checking out this video. It's only 2 minutes long. You can check out some of my client results here when it loads in, probably because I've got a load of tabs open, but you can check those out. And basically what this is a one-on-one consultation with myself, and I'll present what specific tactics you need to know in order to rank, the on-page SEO gaps that are holding you back, and basically different things that are holding you back in order for you to get the rankings and the revenue you desire. And by the end of it, by the end of that call, you know exactly what to do, and there's even a chance for us to work together if we're the right fit. I'll see you in the next video.